All right. Let's get going here. Mastermind with Neil Schwartz and our special guest Miriam today. Maribel apologizes. She had a family thing that came up early today, so we're going to have to get her another time. But Miriam feels strong and powerful and ready to carry the load. Woo-hoo! All right, good job. So, Miriam, let's just jump right into this. Tell me, how long with Masters?
A year and 3 months,
Year
Neil.
and 3 months. And
Yes.
who did you work for before?
Before it was a company owned, family owned company. Then it became Remax, but the company stayed small and nothing happened after that. So they're still the same. We didn't have any scripts, we didn't have any systems, and I was ready for that. I was looking to be, in a to learn more and to do scripts, and I was looking for something more.
Got
And
it. So
just
how
to
did
give
how
you a
did
like,
we get how did I'm sorry, how did we get connected?
oh my God, this is a like funny story. I was in a mastermind group before, but I was not part of that company, not my previous brokerage, but it was another what that I was invited to. But I was not part of the company, and they kicked me out because they didn't want anybody else from other companies. I was so sad that day. They say, "Oh, you cannot keep coming to our mastermind because you need to be part of our company." And I was not ready to make a change at that time. I felt so sad. But then I went online and I found you, Neil. I found your mastermind group, but I thought that for that group I needed to pay. But I just signed up online, and then I started to receive some emails like weekly, like for the mastermind, but I never opened them because I thought, oh, they're going to charge me monthly, and I don't want to kicked out. I don't want to be kicked out again. So one time I got the mastermind invitation for someone that you were interviewing at that time, and I say, okay, I'm gonna join, and then I join, and when I get into the Zoom meeting, I was surprised because the only thing I can hear at that time, it was somebody on the phone prospecting live. And I say, oh, I think I made a mistake. This is not the group I was looking to join. And it was so weird because, and I say, why they're talking with clients live? And then after that, I went back to work what I was doing. And then I say, I'm going to come back to the class. And then I came back to the interview. I don't remember the person you were interviewing, but it was, I had I got so much from that interview. And I say, I would like to come back again because you were inviting people to the scripts. Then I came back next morning, and after that, I've been consistent doing my scripts. And the thing that I really like the most, it's like I got to practice with different people every day because my second language is English, and I was not feeling confident about it.
Mhm.
And that was something that was blocking me to talk to people more. And when I got to the script, the script practicing every day, I felt so much in love with C21 Masters. And one time, you were talking about that you have a free ticket for a Mike Ferry event. So I went there and I met you there. And I was like, oh, so excited because I wanted to meet Mike Ferry. It was like a superstar that I wanted to meet, like with the movie stars. It's like, oh, like a celebrity. So I wanted to meet
Mike
him so bad.
Ferry, Barbara Streisand, those kind of people, right?
Yes.
I
And I
got it.
wanted
No.
I
I got
wanted to meet him so bad, and I said, I need this ticket. So I was like showing on time there. I met him. I saw all these professional agents there. Everybody was talking. Everybody was so nice at me. And I met Sam Stay there. I met Tyrone in that event because they were doing like, after party. I don't know. I just like they went to the bar and they were talking about strategies, and I love it so much. But I was not ready to join Century 21 Masters because I say I'm not in that level yet. So I was thinking to become a C21 master, I need to be in that level, and I was not.
So that
So
kind of prevented you from jumping in at that particular time.
yes, because at
Got it.
that time I didn't feel like, oh,
Okay.
I'm at that level. Yes.
Well, and I appreciate that. So when did you decide that you were at that level or, feel like you were? I mean, did we ever give you did we ever say you're not at the level?
No, no,
Okay.
nobody said that. I was just that thinking on
That
my
was in your
mind.
head.
It was in my head, not letting me, move forward with my career. So, I started to just join every day, meeting people, and everybody was so nice, and you were always, the thing that I like the most is that I was not part of the Century 21 Masters, and you didn't kick me out because I was not part of Century 21 Master. And I said, oh my God, this is amazing. I can be in another company and still come here and practice my scripts. And then, even one time I went um to a training that you were doing in, I think it was Walnut or West Covina. I don't remember really well, but it was like the New Year's resolutions, New Year, how to make 100 contacts a year. So I joined that, and I got the opportunity to talk to you, and then you invite me to the company, and I say yes. I didn't even um how can I say, I didn't think about too much. I just say, yes, this is what I want, and I'm ready.
It's follow up with past client and sphere, be a resource. All the things we teach you to do, we do. That makes sense?
That makes sense. And that's
Okay.
one of the things I was not doing before. I was afraid of calling, even my COI. I
I
was
want to know,
afraid.
I want to know why, because you're not the only one that says this, but let's put it out on the table. Why were you afraid? Was it your lack of knowledge of the English language, of the scripts of dialogues? What was it that kept you at bay like that?
I think for me, because like most of my friends and family, well, they speak Spanish. But I think the most, I didn't want to bother them. That was in my mind. It's like, oh, I'm bothering people. I asking them, I'm begging to help me in my career. And I didn't want to sound ego. So that's all I can say. That was my ego in the middle.
Yeah, you've been saying a lot in the last couple of months that your ego is not your amigo.
No. And it's not, because I learned that I need to get out of my own way. But it took me time to find out what it was happening to me, because I always try to learn more. So I got my real estate license in 2020. It was the pandemic. I did my first sale after 4 months. And then I put in my mind, every time I put something on my mind, I do it. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. And then I say, okay, next year I'm gonna get my MLO license, mortgage loan officer. So I got it. And then I say, okay, next year I'm gonna get my broker's license, and I did it. So all this time it's been preparation, preparation. I got my probate and trust certified certification. And all I was thinking is just like, I need to learn. I need more. I need more. But I was not thinking like, okay, yeah, you need to learn more, but then you need to go to work too. You need to go door knock. You need to call. You need to do what you need to do. And so I was like thinking, just I need to know more, 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 more. I just I was thinking just classes all the time. Was not, and it was great because now I have more knowledge and I feel more secure, like more confident when I talk because I know what I'm talking about.
So where did the knowledge, so, okay. Uh, and it's great you have the ML license and it's great that you have a broker's license, but where's the money coming from? Where's the rubber meeting the road? Where was the real confidence? Was it in learning what to say and how to say it? Was it in previewing the properties? Because you really have exploded energy wise and opportunity wise, let's say in the last 6 months or so, right?
Yeah, I think it was a mix of everything. Knowledge is important. And but I think something changed when I went to the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat because I met a lot of people there that it's been amazing. Like I met Miguel Rico at that and then I met Candy and I met my accountability partner from Canada. And I think it was a mix of everything, like mix of like sharpening my axe every day. Like I practice my script. I record my listing presentation weekly. I'm coachable. If you tell me to do something, I'll go do it. Or my coach, having a coach from my ferry, it's been, help like it helped a lot because I didn't have any system in the past. I didn't I I didn't know the scripts. I didn't know what to do. So I was thinking like, okay, I have a client. What am I going to do with him? I was afraid because I didn't know what was the next step. Now I have a system. I know what to do. I know what to say, and I know what to not say
But does it
also.
have to take a year and a half, Miriam?
No, it does not when you make the decision. So I would tell everybody just make the decision and go do the door knock or call or any source that you want to do. It does not need to take that long. Um, just be ready. And I want to share something with everybody. Like I was so terrified of door knocking that I just to sit in my car and I was feeling block. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I called my accountability partner in Canada and he was saying, don't think more. Just go. Just do it. Just go now. Now. So that's when and then I was so terrified, but now it's like I need it. I need to talk to people. I need to go and door knock. And I have so many surprises, like good surprises, meeting with people. Some of them are not like very positive because I lots of people like reject us when we door knock. But I learned from that. I was feeling sad at that time when I was rejected, but now it's like nothing happened, just next. Go
So
to the
when
next
did you
door.
start? When did so you had terrified about door knocking. That's very common. We have a lot of agents that are here today that feel the same way. I know when I first started door knocking 1,000 years ago, I had the same fear. But you started door knocking with sincerity when?
After the Superstar retreat,
So that
after
was
meeting
in
my
January.
accountability,
So
it was
Superstar Retreat was last July.
yes, after, yeah, in, so July
Yeah, it
started?
would be July. Uh-huh.
Yes. So before that, I was doing 10 to 15 contacts a day. After that, going to that retreat, I started doing from 30 to 50, and my record it's 83 contacts in one day. Door knocking.
Wow, that's fantastic. Good for you. From somebody that was your word is terrified.
Yes.
You're not terrified. Okay.
Yes. I had this
Not
blockage
you weren't
in my mind.
afraid. You weren't afraid. You weren't concerned. You were terrified.
Yeah, and I just to like freeze. I couldn't move
Wow.
in
So
my car. And then I just to put like some prayers or like some meditation to unblock my mind. But yeah, it was
give me
funny.
an so when you're out door knocking, uh, you're door knocking, you're previewing property and door knocking. Is that kind of the system?
Yes, I did a few like premium properties, gold door knocking, but did some just sold too, and I started doing some expired as well.
So how many properties do you think you preview on a weekly basis now?
On a weekly, like the minimum, it's about 12 to 15, but my goal it's always 25.
Okay, so you're running about 12 to 15. So are you telling me you've seen 150 properties and more over the last few months?
I don't have my
We'll look at it. We'll look it up.
my numbers.
But give me
Yeah, but I think about 100 something.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So did previewing the property give you any confidence or was it boring?
No, it gives you confidence because now I get to see how many rooms, and then I check if, sometimes titles say it's 2 bedrooms and they say it's 3 bedrooms. So I just count everything I see, and then I compare with other properties that are around that I've seen already, and it gives me more confidence. So I say, oh, if I put the next if I have a lead that wants to sell the home, and I say, okay, I've saw this house. Oh, I think it's 825,000 for this home
So
to put it
you
in the market if we're gonna sell it.
so you give an opinion in your mind of how well it's priced or not priced.
That's correct. And that was something that I was struggling in the past doing the comparables. Because we
Okay.
can see the comparables, we can see the pictures, but it was hard for me to learn how to compare the properties. Now it's easier because I know what's on the market.
You just mentioned something. You were looking online at the pictures, and you're now going out and seeing it in person more. What gives you a stronger opinion of value, going out and seeing the property, or does it matter?
No, go see the properties. Go see the properties and now say, oh, and I feel so confident when I'm with the client because I told him one of the jobs I do every day is to preview properties. And I've seen this property and I've seen this property, and I think your property is better than those, or it's
Or not as
not,
good?
or not as good. Yeah,
Not as
the
good.
opposite. Mhm.
So
I
do you
can have more confidence when I talk to the client.
Fantastic. Do you ever find when you're talking to the client, either in door knocking, and previewing property, or you ever find that the script pops up even though you're not thinking about a particular script? Does that ever happen?
Yes, totally. I know what to say and I know how direct the conversations because I'm an expressive. I love to
I
talk.
never
I'm just
noticed
talking,
you an
talking,
expressive.
talking. I like talking too much. And then I was telling instead of asking questions in the past. So now I learn how to ask good questions instead of me just giving information because it was like a teacher. I was teaching instead of, give me tell me more. Tell me more.
Tell me more, tell me more. So you were being a sponge.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's great. Okay. So we were talking a moment ago uh, about dancing with the scripts, and it gave me an idea, but I slipped my mind. So let me ask you, let's go in a different direction on this. Do you always do what your coach Patty had told you to do, and now your coach Neil tells you to do? Do you do 100% of what we tell you to do?
Yeah, Patty, it's amazing. And I try to do as much as I could, because sometimes we don't do 100%, sadly, because if we listen to our coach, they have experience and they can direct us. And Patty was a blessing for my life. And I think I learned a lot from her and I
Don't
admire
give
her.
her don't give her so many kudos
I
because she's going to
admire
start
her.
asking me for a raise.
And I hope I can meet her in person soon.
You haven't met Patty?
Not yet.
Fascinating. Oh, the little
Mhm.
stealth Patty.
And
Oh, it's
I just told Patty, oh, I would love to talk like you one day because when she talks, like she explains and she's like, she's very good. So I said, oh, that is one of my dreams. So I can, like, you talk to people and you know how she get deep in the questions she asks.
Right. It's very good. It's excellent. You know,
It was a good
I
it was
never
a good
asked you,
base.
Patty, is Spanish your second language or first?
Is a question for me?
Yeah.
Oh, Spanish is my first language. I came to this country when I was 5, so
I
it
never
became my
asked you
second
that. Wow,
language.
that's amazing because I don't hear anything different. Good for you, Patty. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Good,
you.
good, good, good. Excellent. Miriam, sorry, I didn't mean to go off script.
No, no, it's good that you talk about that because Patty was telling me, don't let your language be a barrier in your career. If you think you cannot do a listening presentation in English or you have somebody that you may not understand, just get get another agent to go with you and just but don't make your language be a barrier in
We
your
just
career
had
and in your
that was
life.
one of your breakthroughs recently because you kind of felt like you needed to do this by yourself. But we talked about a possible listing where you were going to co-op and you got a hold of one of our agents because you needed him to help you. And that worked out really, really well. That was a very nice thing, right? You want to talk about
Yes, yes, we got the listing. Woo! Yes, we got it. And it was a Chinese lady that I met when I was doing an open house. Somebody told me, oh, the lady and that address that would like to sell a property. And then I said, okay, when I finish my open house, I'm gonna go see her. So I went and door knock on her door and she said, oh, I'm sorry, but I already talked to somebody else. They just came because it was an agent door knocking when I was having my open house. And I asked her, do you already sign a contract with him? And she said, no, but I already talked to him and I feel bad about it. And I said, no problem. Okay, so you haven't signed a contract. And I was very patient with her, like, I'm a girl and she's an old lady. So she showed me the house. She showed me everything. I said, oh, you have a very nice house. I think you could sell more. I just did an open house. At that open house, it came 99 people to the open house, 99 families to the open house in 2 days.
your open house?
My open house, yes.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I told her that, and she said, wow. And I told her, oh, I have the clients for you. There's a lot of buyers looking to buy in your area. And so, I just say thank you, goodbye, took her information, her phone number. But then I was worried about the other agent that he was going to follow up with her. And I wanted that listing. And I said, yeah, I can do this, but I don't know what to do. So a day passed, and then I went door knocking, nobody was there. She didn't pick any calls for me. And then I went and I talked to Neil and I said, Neil, I don't know what to do. And Neil said, just go back again and bring something to her, any information. So I went there, I brought some comparables, and then and she was not there, so I left it there. And I went back again and I brought more papers, more information about me, and she was not there until she answered one of my questions. And I went directly to get the appointment. But she said, oh no, I don't feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with somebody that speaks Chinese. And I say, no problem. We have a lot of Chinese people in our company. But I was thinking, I don't know who is going to help me. But then I talked to Neil and he said, okay, you should talk to these two people. And then I talked to them and I say, just let's do it. 50. It's just my lead, but let's do 50-50. I'm fine with it. So I went back to the listing presentation with Jack Ma, and then they were speaking everything in Chinese. I couldn't understand anything, but I sat there and I saw, and I pick up good ideas from Jack Ma in the presentation. I could understand, but I could see, and that was a very good experience for me.
And you ended up getting the listing.
Yes, not that day, but he kept following up with him, and now it's 1,050,000.
Woo!
Yes.
Good job. Congratulations.
But I
Awesome.
never gave up on her, and I was willing to share my commission and everything.
Whatever it takes. A little bit
Whatever it takes.
is better than nothing.
Mhm.
And the
That's right.
average of the split commission is about what we average on an individual commission, right?
Right.
In fact,
And
didn't,
also, can
go
I
ahead.
say something?
Of
Yeah.
course.
So in the past, I didn't have any faith in door knocking. Okay. But now I got this listing was from, open house slash door knocking. And then I got another one coming up. It's a probate that I was door knocking, and it's the husband passed away, and the lady didn't know what to do, and she was afraid. So it's been since last October, but now it's coming up. And now I have faith in door knocking that I didn't have in the past.
A little bit
And
of
just,
testing.
yeah, I want to share something else. Yes,
And
and Patty knows that I was afraid of cold calling. So this week I started cold calling, and I was terrified of that too. Okay, so now I was super terrified. But now, yesterday, I was cold calling, and someone would like to sell. But he said, I'm going to talk to my wife about it. And I asked him, have you ever talked to her about selling? No, but I want to sell. So that's from cold calling. Now I'm having more faith in cold calling.
so this is an important distinction. You call cold calling real cold calling, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Because you call past client and sphere, right? You're
Right.
you're comfortable with that now that you feel like you're not begging anymore, right?
Right.
Because you
That's
feel
right.
like you can help them, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. So you have two different distinctions.
Yes, and yesterday at my coaching call, we had a group coaching call. They were saying just focus on an appointment every day, one appointment every day, and they say you need to call different sources a day because you don't know where the appointment it's gonna come from. So you can call Spire, you can call just sold, just listed, door knocking, and any other. But they say you don't know where that it's going to come from. Plus, the most we talk, the more we get these, um, uh, uh, our conversation flowing and getting better.
Right. Attitude, approach, and expectation, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right, let's open it up a little bit to the agents and see if they have any questions here. So, questions for Miriam. Questions for Miriam. Who wants to go first? Raise your hand, yell out, however you want to do this.
Oh,
Lydia, you had a question. Did you want to
yeah.
ask it?
Yeah, it's in the chat. You want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay, it says, do you preview houses according to your selling price point, or do you choose previews in your farm area or close to your home or office? The reason I'm asking this is because many times you call, if it's far away and it's a price point and the house looks like something you're familiar with, um, it might be difficult to see it because, it's appointment only, the agent has to be there, this and that, as opposed to one house which is close by and, it's vacant and you can just go right to it. So how do you choose your previews?
Usually I do. Thank you. Thank you for your question. So usually what I do, it's like I do it from my house to the office. I live in Garden Grove, but I work in Irvine. So I do that on my map. So I put it on my map on my way back home, or um, the opposite. And sometimes, like before, I wanted to have a farm very bad. Oh, I need to have a farm. I need to have a farm. And I was asking the title rep for that farm. But now, like, since I joined Mike Ferry, he said you should go to different neighborhoods to see, the properties in door knock around So that's what I'm doing too. So I'm not focusing on one farm unless it's like there was this farm that the probate is coming from. I met a lot of people that would like to sell in that area. So that one I will, go back. But usually I go to different neighborhoods. And the price point, usually what I'm doing right now, it's I just put like from 1 million minus. So that's what I do.
Okay, thank you very much.
And
Thank
pretty
you, Lydia.
soon we're going to get her from 2 million down.
Yes.
Exactly. Good
Mhm.
question. Thanks, Lydia. Great answer, Miriam. Other questions for Miriam? Jump in there. Let's go. Come on.
So, Miriam, my question is for the people that are starting at the bottom or feel like they're starting at the bottom, what are one or two things you would say they need to work on, or just say work on, to get better at taking listings?
Skills. Sharpening the axe every day. Practicing scripts. And practicing with different people to get the listings, because that's what's helping me right now. And show up. You will never know, like, where are you going to listen something that it's going to click on your mind to do what you need to be done. So I think just show up, sharpen the skills, practice the script, know what to say. And for me, also, it's having a coach.
What about is previewing properties one of those items?
Previewing properties, yes. And yeah, that's very important. And see, that's always Neil said, go to InfoSparks. InfoSparks. That's something.
Yeah. No. You said it. You said it exactly correctly.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, know the neighborhoods. Just see the prices and what's coming up. How many? It's like Neil was saying this morning. That's a lot of listing every day that is just listed. So imagine we can get one a week from those listings.
So that's another thing, Miriam, you were telling me today, that you were exposed recently to the idea of going and getting an appointment a day or an appointment a week. What was it? Share with me what you were exposed to.
Yes, the coaching called yesterday was saying, just look for one appointment a day. One appointment, just focus on that. Imagine if we can get an appointment a day, let's say for 5 days, it will be 5 appointments. And then this is a numbers game. The most we have, the most listings or business we're going to have. So that's what he said yesterday. And then I have lots of quotes in my cubicle. But it says, one from Mike Ferry says, it really doesn't matter where the appointment comes from. Just try to find one person a day that wants to talk to you about buying and selling real estate.
That's a great thought. But you've heard that before for over a year, year and a half that you've been around the business. Why does it resonate so well with you today? I mean, because you're communicating at the highest level, your excitement, your enthusiasm, your knowledge, your confidence. You weren't like that 6, 8 months ago, were you?
Yes. So I think I learned how to take myself out of the way and just do what I need to be done. I think that's simple. There's no magic tricks. That's no secret. Now that I get to talk to top producers and people that are having results, what they do every day, they do the daily contacts. They have a goal for the day. They're not improvising. They know what they need to be done. And yes, and sometimes we think too much. We analyze things because me under pressure, I'm a um analytical. So when I go to that side of my personality, it's like when I'm get like freeze and I don't do anything. So if the most you think about it, think about it, think about it. I was think about what neighborhood I was going. What about if they're not home? What about if I get thirsty? It's like I was like analyzing too much that I was paralyzing myself. So one of the things is like I don't think no more. I have my goal of the day and just go. Just do it. Just like the Nike slogan.
Woo! I love it. Can anyone else besides me relate to what she's going through or been through?
Definitely.
That's exactly what's happened to me.
Exactly. Exactly. So I keep asking the same question, Miriam. I'm going to get the answer maybe at some point, or I'm going to make you think about it.
Yes.
What changed? What you keep saying, I just decided. Well,
Well, that's
did that
I
happen?
still cannot identify really what it happened to me, but what I can say it's um I really need to get deep and think.
Can I
I
try
don't know.
something? Can I try
Yes,
something that occurs to me as we're talking right now? Because
yes,
I am coaching Miriam right now and I'm pushing her like crazy. Um, and that's only, I would only coach somebody at that level because of that attitude, approach, and expectation. Everybody with me on this? Okay? Because I don't have the time or the patience to convince you this is the right thing. I don't have to convince her this is the right thing. Would you guys agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay. But Miriam, isn't it a little bit of building blocks? You had to role play. You had to learn what to say and how to say it at some level, right?
right.
You had to overcome that fear and kept hearing, I have to overcome this fear. And the way you overcome the fear, in part, is learning what to say and how to say it. One. Two, you have to preview property on a regular basis. Now, I still don't think you're previewing enough, but you're previewing more than the average bear. Okay. So that's good. Um, you have to do that. You have to see property. You have to see it not online. You have to see it in person. You have to know, you have to feel it. You have to touch it, right? Is that kind of
Right.
what happened? All right. Then you have to
Yes.
get some accountability partners, some people that believe in you and you believe in them and you push them. And it's not a chatty Cathy kind of a conversation. It's a go out and do it. And that's what you were encouraged to do. Go out and do it. Go out and do it. Go out and do it until the one day you went out and door knocked. And then,
Yes.
wow, look what happened. You got 2 or 3 listing appointments. And you go, what the hell happened to me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but one thing that I was thinking about is like every day you say go preview properties, go make your contacts, go make your calls.
I say
So
that
you're
every
saying
day.
yes every day. So I was like, yeah. So I was doing that because Neil said that I need to go and do this. Okay, perfect. But now I'm doing it for myself. Before I was doing it for other people now I'm doing it for myself
I love
because
it.
it's good for me and I'm going to have results and I'm having results now, but I was doing it for other people, not
Oh,
just for
you
me,
you broke through the mental barrier at some point.
because it's good for me and it's good for us doing what you say is you're saying because it's good for us. It's going to have been us I mean it's going to we're going to have results from that.
So one of the other things that you did, and some agents are not willing to do this, and I don't understand it, is they're not willing to take a mentor or a partner out on the listing appointment. I believe a lot of agents, and Miriam, this might have happened to you too a few times, where you would go by yourself because you were pretty sure you knew what to do and how to do it, and you didn't have all the ammunition, you didn't have all the confidence, you didn't have all the, but you weren't willing to share the money, and yet you came home without any money. So you're not willing to
Yes.
do that ever again, are you?
No, and I want to share something with you. Um, I got my loan officer license because I want to do everything. I want to control everything. And I was not this person that I want to delegate. Now I'm not trying to pre-qualify for a loan for the people. Or they say they want to buy some. Okay, I'm gonna connect you to to my team so they can help you and they can pre-qualify you and they can work with the documents and all that. Before, I wanted to control everything. Now I'm learning to delegate. Okay, well, I just want to focus on listings, not doing the loans. So I'm
Oh,
getting a
that was,
referral fee. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
getting a referral fee from the clients, which is good. It's good to like super good to make money, but not trying to go pick up the papers or having the appointment here and Jen bringing me everything and I will do. No. So I'm learning to delegate things.
And yeah, exactly. And do what you do best. Now, when we got on the call earlier today, you said part of the thing is you made a decision finally this year to be only focused on listings to the best of your ability, right?
Right. Because I was
Okay.
looking for buyers and you say you need to focus on listing because I understood that if I was working with buyers, I was an employee, but if I'm doing the listings, I'm the owner of the business. But it took me time to change that
And
mindset.
so, so coaching with Patty was helpful. Starting to coach with me is helpful. Coaching with Mike Ferry is helpful. Did you know that all of our top agents, all the people making serious money, are what we call dual coach. They're coached with the Mike Ferry organization and they're coached with us in one way or another, correct?
Correct.
We've talked about
And
that before, right?
it's something that I love to do is invest in myself. Invest in myself, in my mind, and everything that it's going to help me to have a successful career.
Well, you're having a successful career. Congratulations with that. Okay, other
Thank you.
questions for Miriam, please. Great answers, Miriam. Great answers.
Thank you.
Other questions for Miriam before we move on here?
Hi,
Hi,
Miriam.
Miriam. Since you speak
Hi.
Spanish, have you focused on marketing? How have you focused on marketing to the Hispanic speaking communities?
Okay, when I started, it was the pandemic, so I used to do a lot of live videos on Facebook and other social media. That's what I just know doing some videos. Oh, I'm here at this property and this property. It's 3 bedrooms, bath, and so I was just doing that. And one of the things that I learned from Mike Ferry too, I'm always updating, upgrading my marketing materials. Always, like my listing presentation and my post on social media. And when I started, I did it more. Now it's like I'm focusing more on calls and door knocking. But usually it's like upgrading your headshot, update your headshot and have quality, graphic designers from the company because we can get it for free. That's a lot of things we can get from our company. We have a marketing team here at the company. I don't know if you are in Century 21 Masters, but they can do it for us. So always upgrading, updating all my materials. And now I'm so happy that Neil is coaching me because before I was so afraid to send emails. I don't know what happened to me in my mind, but now I'm sending 300 emails a week with my daily week letter because Neil told me to do it and I'm coachable and I'm doing it. And then but just I did a very nice picture. I just copy and paste from the company, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, with Miriam doing what I'm saying, out of the 750 agents in the company, we now have 11 that are doing what I'm saying. Pretty good. I got really room to grow here. Okay. Good job. Excellent. Somebody else. Sylvia, did you have a question?
That's what my question was going to be. What type of social media does Miriam do, as well as any direct marketings, mailings, things like that? So she answered the question.
Got
Great.
it.
Thank you.
Perfect. Good. You're welcome.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Yeah, not a question, but a comment. Miriam, it just seems like you have so much energy and so much enthusiasm that you could just jump right up and go knock on 50 doors right now. I mean, I love it. And that smile, just keep doing what you're doing and what Neil tells you to.
You. Yeah, so I'm so happy that you know, the person I'm becoming, and I'm so grateful and so blessed that having all the coaches in Century 21 and my coach. And it's like sometimes it takes time to make a decision, but don't wait too long. Just do it. Just like the slogan.
Do it, right.
Just do it.
Sometimes
So
we wait too long.
you
We
have something,
have a whole
some
group of people like that, don't we?
yes,
Just
yes, some
start now, right?
yes, something that I'm very good at it is that when I'm afraid of something, I still do it. And then
That's a
I like,
new lesson. That's a new skill that you've learned, right?
yes,
Okay.
even if I'm afraid, terrified, I do it.
That is a great lesson. So even if you're terrified, even if you're afraid of it, do it anyway. Boy, we could come away with that. Okay, any other questions? Miriam, this has been fabulous. Unmute yourselves, please. Unmute yourselves. Let's give her a big hand. All right. What a
Great job, Miriam.
Miriam,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. Great job. So Miriam, we take this time right now to go around the room and see what we've learned from the group. So I understand if you need to cut away because you have a schedule to keep, but you're welcome to hang here and listen to what everybody's got to say of what they learned today. It's great stuff. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you sharing. And it sounds like a commercial, and that Miriam gets paid monthly from me. I guess indirectly she does because she's closing escrows, right? All right. So what did we learn from Miriam today? What did we learn? Who wants to go first?
Great attitude, approach, and expectation, and also just do it.
Just do it, baby.
Thank you, Miriam.
Wow.
You're so
Thank you.
nice person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Who else? What
I
else?
learned
Focus
put
on
ego aside.
Nikki, put ego aside. 100%. Miriam, big part of how you got to where you are is you got rid of your ego, right?
Right.
Exactly. Good stuff. Excellent. Okay. What else did we learn today?
finding one appointment a day.
Oh, Marco, big one, right?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. We have Marco and we have Marco Lunaman. You learned that too?
Yes, and then also to preview more and door knock around it and use the info sparks.
100%. Great. Jacob, what'd you learn today? Jacob Para. You there? No, he's on another call. What else did you learn today, you guys? Share it. Come on, let's go. Anyone else?
Yeah, Neil, I believe she's connecting everything, all the pieces. She's doing.
Juan Carlos, this is very much like what we talked about earlier today,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You look how much business you do without connecting all the pieces.
yes. But I see, I see a lot of beautiful things, that she's doing.
Your son's laughing his ass off behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it, you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, Neil, my takeaway from this, and I don't mean, sometimes I hope people don't take this in the wrong way when they say these types of things, but there's nothing that she does that no one else can't do.
Can't do.
You know what I mean? And I think sometimes in real estate, and I'm only saying real estate because it's the only real profession I've been involved with my life, is we think that, well, they're a natural born salesperson. which is a lie for everything. Or they, well, they were born here and they speak the language, or all these things. And the reality is, if you went down every single one of the people's lists, that's usually not the case. And so, so she's just a reminder of, hey, I didn't, this wasn't natural to her. She had to learn the scripts, learn the process, learn all these other different things. And it's just anybody can do it.
No, very well said, Robert. And the reminder, and Miriam was probably going to say this, but I'll say it for her. English is her second language. I cannot imagine. I say this at least once a month, my whole career. I cannot imagine going to whatever your country is, not knowing the language, learning how to speak the language, learning how to take a test, learning how to explain the contract, learning all the stuff you have to learn, and making a living. I really don't think I'm that good that I could do that. You guys are, in my book, incredibly special to me. Incredibly special. You might not think so. You might look at yourself as, you're behind the curve. I look at you as way ahead of the curve. Okay? That makes sense, you guys?
Yes, Neil, and also it's good to identify what it's being busy and being productive. Because before I was super busy, but I was not doing money making activities. So it's good to identify that. Being busy and being productive are two different things.
So when somebody says to me, or let me rephrase that, okay? Miriam, it sounds like the way you're explaining it is that you changed your priorities.
Yes.
That you had a lot of things you were doing. You were going to school, you were going to classes, you have a family, blah, 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 right? You have a husband that you have to come home and cook a dinner for, all that stuff, right?
Right.
You have everything everybody else does. And yet you change the priorities around slightly, and all of a sudden you had time to get it done. And look what's happening to your business.
Yes, because before I was busy doing documents and tried to do admin at my calling time, but now it's like, no, I need to focus on money making activities first. Then I can do the other things after.
So busy versus productive, and focus on money making activities. Robert, we should write that down and try to teach it. Robert left. Okay, good job. Anyone else? Anything else we want to share here?
I'd like to share, Neil.
Well, Miguel, of course. Thank you.
Yes, my takeaway is that sales is a transfer of energy, and she has this energy that it's contagious, and you want to be around her, and it motivates you to get going and get on the phones and be enthusiastic. And that's one of the things that stood out to me about this Zoom call with her.
Miguel, great observation. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Juan Carlos, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yes, I think one of the statements she was making to me is that probably the most powerful one is when she said she learned to get out of her own way. And, and when I see this is when you were mentioned that she was terrified to go door knocking, and the moment that she was willing to face the fear, that to me is really being brave and courageous, really to move forward. Even
face the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Face the fear and do it anyway.
Yes, it's like
fear and do it anyway.
Yes, and no one is coming to save you. This life is yours. It's 100% your responsibility.
And the other part, Neil, she's surrounding herself with great people. So I think that's helping her a lot.
Also very important. Good observation. All right, everybody,
Clearly,
unmute
mainly
yourselves.
outside of
Wait,
work,
wait.
because
Sorry, Robert.
inside of work, bunch of degenerates around here.
All right, everybody, let's unmute yourselves. Give her a big hand. Woo!
Thank you.
All right, Miriam.
Thank you.
Yippee! Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Good job.
Oh, that was great. Miriam, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, if I'm not mistaken, let me turn this off. Hold on. Shoot, where'd I go here? Let's see. We have a recording.